Max Holloway, blessed, back on the program, off just fresh off his win against Jeremy Stevens, UFC 194, Aldo versus McGregor. Obviously, the 13-second shot heard around the world in the main event. Max put a beat down pretty much on Jeremy the whole time. I knew you were going to win, but I didn't know it was going to be like it was going to be that dominating. It was kind of it was like almost everything came together through training camp. Everything came together with diet. Everything came together. Just it finally just clicked. Like everything's finally clicked. Like there wasn't, at least from the couch, there wasn't. It didn't look like there was any flaw. Like anything was missed during the fight. What was it like inside the cage during the fight actually happening?
Like you said, weight cut, diet, game plan. It all came in. Just a hard guy to fight. The one knockout power. You gotta respect that. And I wanted to stay in there. Wasn't most of one of my most exciting fights. But it is what it is. This guy carries knockout power late to the round, so we had to be smart about that. So, our game plan went well. My weight came down well, and everything just went well. At the end of the day, a W is a W, and I'm happy. But it's just it wasn't a performance I wanted, but a win is a win, and I love it.
All the Hawaii boys on that card seem to do really well. And of course, Yancey, I've hit up as well for an interview, and his first comment was, "Hey, I have time in this space because I have 2 or 3 workouts today." It's only been a week and a half since the fight, but he's already back in the gym. Are you back in the gym as well?
I'm no, not yet. I just went to the doctors, and I figured out that I gotta go have surgery on top of my thumb. So
Really?
yeah. So I just you heard it here first, and I didn't was waiting for an interview, but it's one of my ligaments in my thumb, and like that affects my grip. It's I guess so. It's like I was so used to like the doctor was tripping out when he was bending my thumb. It goes back pretty far, and
Wow.
he was saying that he think that I got used to it over time because when he was bending it hurt, but it wasn't as sore as he thought it would be. But we did it, and he said that my ligament is torn, so
Wow.
I'm gonna go get surgery. But it's like 2 to 3 weeks fully healed. That's what PT said. So
Okay.
thank God. I was looking to get back in May or June, or that big UFC 200 card is in July, so that's on the radar. So we see what happens. I'm gonna be back in the gym after the surgery. Doing some strength and conditioning stuff. It's of course not lifting, but
Right.
trying to keep my cardio up, and it's doing some jiu-jitsu, some movement stuff. But you gotta like how you said. He's back in the gym already because he wants back in. Everybody only remember of your last performance. And
Yep.
so that's why you gotta get back in there, get ready, and if any fights happen, be the company man. Make UFC let UFC know that I'm here. I was just talking to Kelly Slater, and he asked me when Dana White was here. He asked me, "Oh, how much fights you got in the UFC, Max?" And I told him 14. And 6 of them was last minute fights, so it was
Yeah.
replacement fights. So he was tripping out, and when you look at it that way, it is what it is. We us Hawaii boys, we like to stay in the gym. We're kind of like at one point Hawaii guys was known as just lazy guys that depended on their talent. But we're this new breed, and we're trying to show the world that we can be the best in the world. And we're hard workers too.
So I actually saw that Dana was here and was trying to meet up with him, just for a drink, whatever, just to try to catch up. And I don't know what his schedule's like, but he was super busy. And I did see the photo of him and Kelly Slater watching the which fight was it? It was Cerrone, watching the Cerrone fight, and it made me think. Aloha Stadium's far too big for a UFC. Blaisdell's far too small for a UFC. What about putting it on? Because I was just there. I just watched the University of Hawaii men's basketball team take on.
That's true.
Why not put in Stan Sheriff? That's a big enough
Yeah,
spot.
that's
It's
right.
indoor. It's got
Yeah.
good parking. It's easy to get to, and for people that are flying into the island, it's no harder to get to than anything else. When you fly in. So, what about putting something at Stan Sheriff? Do you think that'd be a big enough venue for a UFC to come on the island?
I thought a stand sheriff is perfect. It's already set up for to use what is that called, the cameras and their
Mm-hmm.
trucks. There's like how you said, there's a lot of parking, and they wanted to, if they wanted to do a like a live one or whatever. Of course, it's going to be live, but there's a lot of parking for their trucks. I know that was one of the
Mm-hmm.
problems. And then the stadium, that the stand sheriff is already set up to have filming stuff.
Yeah.
Lakers and stuff come down and did their practice this last one, and and then they can do that they can do a Fox easily in there. You'll see on
Yeah.
Fox, and they drop that big halo like they did at the Sweden. It's like,
Yep.
I think with the floor seats included, I think they could put like maybe like 13,000 or so.
Yeah.
So I
It's
see,
very doable,
I
and
see
like you
why
said,
not.
it's already set. Like the cabling, what most people don't understand when it comes to production, there's cables and lines that have to be run, and all that stuff's already laid in there because they're doing women's volleyball, men's basketball, women's basketball, all in the same arena, and they're all on TV and they're all on
Yeah.
HD and they're all already processed. It's just a matter of getting the right trucks and getting Craig in there to handle all the production. With that being said, you said it'd be a Fox card, which is traditionally a smaller card.
Hmm.
With how well you, Russell, Yancey all have been fighting lately, do you need a BJ Penn to be on that card to sell it out, or would two of the three of you sell it out on your own?
I think so. We got 8 Hawaiians. Why not put them? And then I got some teammates of mine that's up and coming. That's exciting fighters. And I think we can sell it out with that. A lot of my
Yeah.
teammates. When they do this Blaisdell show, they sell out. They put a lot of people in their seats. So I think we can sell out. Do fine with a BJ Penn. And there's possible matchups where people is super interested that I know of, like. They're talking about the Aldo fight. They're talking about the Edgar fight.
Mm-hmm.
Edgar versus Holloway, or Aldo versus Holloway. I guarantee it sells out in there. And like you said, the stadium is huge. But who knows? We might
Yeah.
see with a BJ Penn. I feel like we might need that little help from BJ Penn to fill that thing out. It's a 50+ stadium.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's I think wherever they put it, Hawaii fans is they're starving over here. They've been the last big things was like, I guess, the Rumble on the Rocks,
Yeah.
or TJ show. They've
Yeah.
been
Icon.
missing, so
Yeah.
so they're over here starving. So I think you put it anywhere. You could put it on the beach. I think that a lot of people is gonna just flock.
My theory is if you do the top 4 or 5 Hawaiian guys and then grab 3 or 4 Japanese guys, that
Uh huh.
because there is so much Japanese culture that already flies over here anyway,
Yeah.
and so many people want to have an excuse to come to Hawaii, they need the excuse that, there's a fight, I'm going to go to Hawaii and hang out for 4 or 5 days. That will sell out if you put enough Japanese guys on the card and enough Hawaiian guys on the card. Make it almost like a Pacific Rim fight, whether it's Hawaii versus Japan or whatever like gimmick they want to put behind
Yeah.
it. That sells out without BJ Penn even being on the card.
Yeah.
Just with you, Yancey, Russell, and the other 5 guys in here that are great names, and then put like a Kawajiri, a Kid Yamamoto, somebody like that on the card. All of a sudden now it's a sellout. Like it's going to sell out, especially in this area for sure.
Yeah, for sure. What you said, you just when you attack that Asia, you can attack Asia. Then you put the Hawaii guys, and then you bring some guys from the mainland, and I think they do fine. 13,000 people. I think it's gonna go crazy. Especially, and then they always talk about the production. And they gotta understand that it's set up for the production over there. At the stand
Yeah.
sheriff. That's what I've been saying. You already got the things where you can put your cameras and stuff. That whole
Mm-hmm.
arena is set up to do live events. All the time, because that's. One of the biggest things here is basketball, is
Yeah.
men's basketball, men's basketball. So, and they do good, they do it on ESPN a bunch of times. So,
Yeah.
should be good. I've been trying to pitch the idea, but they keep thinking, they keep saying big, big, big. So, we see what happens.
Yeah, I want to say this though. In your post-fight interview, I was so proud of myself when you were doing your post-fight interview in the ring because you immediately went into pigeon, and I understood everything that you said. I was like, wow, I really understand Max now. I really got it. And people around me were like, what do you say? What do you say? Like, you don't understand that? Like, I totally got everything you just said. It was actually pretty neat to see how amped and how hyper and how emotional you were about look, I'm here to fight. I want to get one more step closer towards a title shot. I'm here to stay. Bring a fight to Hawaii. And it started calling out like, hey, look, guys, come to Hawaii. Come. It was great to watch you do that because you don't like to get emotional very much. Like you don't like
Yeah.
publicly in public. Now in private,
Yeah.
obviously you do, but in public, you don't like putting yourself out there like that. Was it a conscious thought to go, look, I got to be a little bit more emotional about this, or was it just you were just overtaken by such a great victory?
I just, I guess that was it. It's just emotion, and and with Dana White actually talking about it without me being around about the Hawaii is like, man, it's like, a lot of people told me when I first started going on top this UFC Hawaii craze and hashtagging UFC Hawaii and bringing it up. A lot of people like on mostly on social media was
Of
writing to
course.
me and saying like, you know what, kid, you're not gonna bring it. BJ Penn could never do it, and blah blah blah. BJ Penn didn't do it. What think you can do it? You're just a kid and blah. So those people really like aggravated me, and I just want to say them. I was my whole life people told me I couldn't do stuff, and my kind of attitude was, I turn to them, I tell them, watch me. You can go back to my Twitter feed, wherever it is. It's a couple months down, but every single person that wrote to me something dumb about coming to Hawaii and they said they couldn't bring it, I tweeted them all back saying, watch me. And it's I was just emotional, and to hear Dana White talk about it, and
Yeah.
now I'm in a position where I might be a next Hawaii guy who actually might fight for a title. So that's
Yeah.
kind of big for Hawaii too, So I just wanted to put myself out there and fight whoever, It's not only fighting for the title, it's just people on social media attacking me and telling me that I don't belong with these top guys or I fought no top guys and whatever. So I want to prove them, It's like, I don't care. Like these guys really think they get to me. No one gets to me.
Yeah.
I've been the underdog my whole life. I could care less what someone on Twitter has to say. It's proving them wrong. That's the greatest feeling. So I
Yeah.
can't wait till I prove them wrong. When UFC comes to Hawaii, I'm just gonna just put a big smiley face on my Twitter, and everybody's know who's gonna be too, And then when I get that big win, I'm gonna put a smiley face too. I'm gonna do it with a smile. I said before, whoever I fight, I'm gonna go in there, fight, and try and put it on them and smile the whole damn time because that's what Max Holloway does. I don't like to I don't like people all this negativity. I don't believe in people knocking down people, to feel
Right.
great of themselves. It just that's a sad world we live in now. Where's all these positive people and whatever. A lot of people they think so they have this power now that they're behind their computer or behind their screen and get to
Yep.
talk to you some type of way.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I was just emotional and I just can't wait to do it. Like I said, I love people proving people wrong, and I can't wait for it. UFC is closer than everyone thinks, and
Yeah.
I know that we're right there. And all of us Hawaiians did the job. From Louis Smoka to winning his main event, and then we had three Hawaiians this past weekend. The December 12th weekend. Me, Yancey, and Kylan. So we're there. We just gotta keep making the push, and now we're getting all the Hawaiians behind it, and all the
Yeah.
Hawaiians is talking about it. And you can't deny us now. They're not gonna be able to deny us for long, and all of us Hawaiians is gonna say, look, we did it. Thank you, BJ Penn. You opened the door, but now it's our
Right.
time to walk through it, and we're gonna open doors for the younger generation, and so on and so on.
I want to talk about real quick. Last thing before you get out of here, you fought McGregor 2 years ago and
Uh
lose in a decision.
huh.
Jose Aldo fights him and loses in 13 seconds.
Uh huh.
Now, yeah, it's a different fight. Both of you are way different fighters than you were 2 years ago. Do you think that was he caught Jose, or because he's being over aggressive, or was that's just Conor McGregor? Like that's just the way he's going to beat guys up. Like he just knows, he just has that right timing. He has that right pop. He just knows when to throw it in there. He's going to catch guys like that all the time.
Uh, you know, I watching that fight and stuff. It's like when I watched Connor, and he fought what was his name, Dennis Seaver.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Seaver like dropped him with a leg kick.
Yeah.
Like who does Dennis Seaver drop with a leg kick? Usually Dennis Seaver is known for his spinning back kick. So definitely I thought he was gonna go in there and throw a leg kick to open up, not a punch. But that just shows, how they were saying that he's not under his skin, but that 13 seconds just showed how under his skin Conor really was. Conor, uh, Jose don't run at people in the beginning
Right.
of fights and tries to land a bomb. He don't. Tell me who me and my coach was talking about this. Go remember a fight where Jose had this one knockout punch.
Yeah.
I can never remember it.
Yeah.
Jose's not known for his big punching guy. He's known for beating you up with leg kicks and then landing like an explosive knee maybe knocks you out, but he don't really knock people out too much with his hands.
Right.
With that one shot. After he usually beats him up first and then he knocks him out. So I just think he was in his head. And he came out there wanting to punch him and his whole game and Conor's whole game plan was to just get him mad, make him throw his right hand, and I'm gonna catch you in my left hand, and you're gonna sleep. And he called it himself, So,
Yeah.
Respect to Conor, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like what everyone said. They don't even give me a chance about this guy. They think Conor's this whole different level guy. I think they forgot that when I fought Conor, it was a short notice fight. I
Yeah.
got hurt in the first 30 seconds of the damn fight, so. We see what happened. Yeah, I understand he got hurt too, but he got hurt at the ending of the second round. He had 2 rounds to knock me out, but it never happened. And the last time I saw anybody in the UFC go 2 rounds with him, it didn't happen. No one made it out the second round. So I don't see what this excuses was. Everyone's excuses is. So we see what happens.
Okay.
Like I said, Connor's a young guy. I'm a young guy, and we're probably gonna fight each other a bunch of times.
Yeah.
He's having a hard time make the weight at 45. My weight cut is still great, but I'm only 24. I just turned 24 in December. I'm gonna it's gonna be me stepping up to 55. Sooner or later. So we see what happens. I'm still young. He's still young, and we're probably gonna fight a bunch of times. And UFC is gonna make a bunch of money, so they're gonna love it.
Yeah, they really are. They really are going to make a lot of money off it. Well, Max, thanks so much. I know it's Christmas Eve. You got more presents to wrap, I'm sure. You got to get prepped for tomorrow. I know your boy is expecting a lot of gifts. So, and after a good victory, it's always nice to go buy some more toys for him.
Yeah, yeah. That guy gets too much toys.
It's all right. As every kid, we want to spoil our kids more than our parents spoiled us. It's just how it goes.
Yes,
It's just
sir.
how it works. So, hey, man, thanks so much for coming out here. Congratulations on the victory. Good luck with the thumb.
Thank you,
I'll be
man.
texting you. I want to know what goes on with the thumb and how the rehab is going, all that stuff too.
For sure.
Just because I know those especially for you, hand injuries can be a bit of an issue because you like to grip, you like to grab, and of course you like to hit. But it obviously hasn't been an issue. You didn't even know it was hurt. Your thumb was jacked up. You're just like, it's just one of those things. So,
Yeah.
all right. Thanks, Max. I appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk again later.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one. Later.
Yeah.